It's good morning, Dr. Sarah Arachchi. Thank you for joining us at Yellow Shelf.
Thank you for having me, Joe. It's lovely to be here today with you.
Oh, it is my pleasure because I know it's going to be a busy week for you. You're launching your book, Brown Female Doctor. Congratulations. I'm excited that you're going to share it with the Yellow Shelf audience all about the book. Tell us what we need to know.
So, it's a book about my story growing up in Australia, moving to Australia, and then becoming a paediatrician. It is a story about finding my identity. And I think the cover, which does sort of illustrate that I have different identities
Yes.
that are also interconnected. And it is also a story about, the love of family, culture, and place, and the importance of that to me as a person.
Yeah. And look, I'm glad you brought up the cover because I don't have a copy. I read the book, an ebook, but your visual of on the cover is just so impressive. And yeah, it really tells a story in itself. So I'm glad you've got a copy to hold up. Sarah, tell us about this is your first book, is that correct? Your memoir?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
this is my first book.
Congratulations. Tell us about that journey and tell us what inspired you to write. I mean, like you mentioned, you immigrated from Sri Lanka, your school years, your pediatrician training. Like tell us what inspired you to actually write a memoir now.
So I've always been a writer, Joe. I think like one of the things that I've loved, even as a child growing up in Australia, was books. And I was one of those book nerds. I'd sit in the room. My parents would be like, "Go to bed," and then I'd turn the light
Yeah.
on and start reading the book that I was wanting to finish.
Yeah.
And so I was always a book nerd, and I loved writing stories. And I felt like stories connect people
Correct.
to each other, and you learn a lot about
Mm.
people through stories. And so I have always wanted to write a book since I was in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit of a dreamer. And I had this dream that one day I could write a book. And I think, after becoming a pediatrician, I'm always someone looking to do something else. And I wanted to write about my story in order to inspire other people to tell their story. Because I
Yeah.
feel that, seeing is believing, and it helps to validate some of the experiences that people like me may have gone through in their life.
Yeah, and tell us about first time author. What was the process of writing like? Was that all new? And you said you were a dreamer, so it's good to dream, but then actually writing, I'd love to hear about that process, the
Yeah, so
writing
I've
process.
yeah, so I've written a few articles for things like ABC and The Guardian, so more from a medical angle, and articles for Women's Agenda as well. And I think for me, it was about sort of communicating with the audience some of the challenges and issues that I faced. And for me, I mean, yes, I experienced writer's block for sure. It was a journey of about just over 2 years. And I think like I really had to delve quite deep into memories that I carry with me, in my life. And look, it was a beautiful process. It was not necessarily easy, but I'm really glad that I, got there in the end. I had a beautiful publisher, Monash University Publishing, and Julia specifically has been very supportive along the way.
Yeah. And tell us that you're a mother as well. So you've got these juggles of life and motherhood and family. So yeah, you should be really proud that you've written a memoir. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. It's good because I feel that you inspire the younger generation. So, like, even my little kids are saying, "Oh, I'm going to publish a book one day," and it's just great to be able to do that and be a mentor even for my own children in that regard.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I'm really grateful that you were able to share because it is a really beautiful journey, a journey story. Tell us the best way to connect with you. I follow you on Instagram, so I know about your world and I know what you're going to be up to with the launch. But tell us how do we connect with you and how do we connect with the book?
Yeah, so you can buy the book from the official Monash University Publishing page. I do have a website coming, it's not yet out. So I think in the meantime, at Kids Dr. Sarah on Instagram would be the best way to connect with me. And I'll share updates, places that I'll be going to speak about the book, etc. Yeah, it would be lovely to have some more people reading my book and sharing, their stories too.
Yeah. Well done. Thank you for joining us at Yellow Shelf. I'll put the links in the show notes. Everyone knows how it works here, to make it easy for anyone to connect with you and follow.
Thank you so much, Jo, for having me here today on Yellow
Cheers.
Shelf.
Thank you.